Hi, David Minns from G4 Guitars, Lake Forest here with another video lesson, and in today's lesson we're looking at the AC/DC song Shook Me All Night Long. So in this interpretation of that lick, I've put it down here in the open position so we can play it on the acoustic guitar. It will also sound great on the electric guitar here. Other videos which you'll see on this put the opening lick somewhere up here for the electric guitar, which Angus Young probably did play it here. Okay, but I've made it a little easier down here in the open position for those with an acoustic guitar. It's going to sound great whichever way you play because it's such a cool riff. Anyway, so let's zoom in and break it down for you. Here we go. Okay, so here we go with Shook Me All Night Long, and let's look at the opening lick. So for the opening lick, I'm holding down this Nashville style G chord. And although I'm holding the whole chord down, I'm attacking only the top 4 strings with my pick really quite aggressively. I really want the top 2 strings, these 2 notes, to ring out. Okay, so if you were counting it at 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, that's the first beat. Okay, we then change and we replace these two fingers here with the first finger, barring those 2 strings. Okay, and then we're either going to I take my little finger and place it here on the 5th fret of the 1st string. You could use the 3rd finger if you wish to. I find myself it's easier here, and what we're doing is we're playing the top 3 strings, okay, with the open G string, the 2nd string which is held down by this 1st finger, and the 5th fret 1st string, in my case held down by little finger. Okay, so that's the first move we want to make from our G chord, 2, 3, 4, to the top 3 strings. So the timing of that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Okay, so that may take a little bit of practice because we're moving our 2 fingers here to the 1st finger with either a little finger or our 3rd finger. That's the first part to master. Moving on from this lick here we just finished. Okay, we have some notes which we're playing on the 1st and 2nd string without a chord, so we're really playing a melody from here, 3rd fret for G, down to F sharp, 2nd fret, over to the D note on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So we have, and the way I'm playing it is I'm playing it all with upstrokes. Okay. And that will come at the end after we play this lick here. Again, slowly. That's the next piece to master, so we piece that together. So far we have so work up to that point and then we'll move on. So the next part we need to look at is coming out of this lick we have, okay, our 2nd finger stays here on the 3rd fret 2nd string, our 1st finger comes over to the 2nd fret 3rd string, which you can see is top of a D chord, and we play a D5 or a D power chord across the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings. Okay, so coming out that little melody line we add okay, again. Okay, one more time, even slower. Okay, so moving on from our D5 power chord, D5. Okay, we take our 3rd finger and we place it here on the 3rd fret of the 4th string for a note of F. And what we're doing is as soon as we hit that note, we're actually going to bend down with that 3rd finger, and then we release it and we go back and pick the D5 chord again. So we put the 3rd finger here on the 3rd fret 5th string, we pick and pull down. Okay, what's happening here, he's actually bending it up to the F sharp, or getting it towards the F sharp note. Okay, that's what's happening. Now, to do this on the acoustic, you are going to need to dig in a little bit. This is good for your fingers. You're going to build some strength in the hand doing this. So just place the note here. We pick. Okay, and if you only get a little small bend out of it, that's fine. Okay, we want some kind of movement, because the F note on its own just doesn't quite work. So we want some kind of bend going into it, and the closer we can get it to the F sharp note, the better. Okay. So again, from the D5 chord, we came out of our melody. 3rd finger goes down. Okay. So coming out of the little bend here of the D5 chord, the next lick sounds like this. Okay. Okay, so it's very similar to the bend, except this time what we're doing is we're putting the finger on the 3rd fret 4th string, picking and sliding up to the 4th fret. Okay, so that's that movement. Again, slowly. And then we come over and pick the 3rd string, which has actually been held down by our 1st finger here on the 2nd fret. Okay, so we get the pick, slide, and pick the open string. Slower. And then after that, we pick the D power chord again. So we get So now let's piece that little segment together, okay, what we've done so far. We come off the melody line, that's what we've got. Again, let's do it slowly. Bend into the F, then we have the, and that gets us so far. So now let's get all that together from where we started from. Okay, so we took the G chord here, changed up to the top 3 strings, D5 chord, the little bend off F, then we get the new one we just learned. That's what we've got so far. Let's do that again. So from the beginning. And that's what we have so far.